Classic Country, 100.1 WGLC. Your Mendota Trojans will be on the air in a special Saturday afternoon game. I'm Charles Van Horn alongside Brian in front Foley. Trojans welcoming the Riverdale Rams into town. Both teams currently sitting with a record of 0-5, hungry for a first win.
It's a something's got to give game, Charles. So Mendota played their best game of the year last week. Justin threw for, he was 22 of 42, threw for 225 yards. Yeah. Freeman had 8 catches for 108 yards. The offensive line protected some, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do today. So
spent a lot of time in the air last week. And talking about that game, well, we interviewed Coach Keegan Hill before tonight's contest. Talking to Coach Keegan Hill ahead of this afternoon's contest, Riverdale Rams special Saturday game. Feels odd for a Saturday, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the situation we're in with the referees. So the opportunity to get referees on Saturday moves us to today.
So before we talk about today's game against the Rams, let's talk about Bureau Valley on the road. Their homecoming, we knew it would be a tough game. They were fired up. And let's talk about how different you guys were night and day versus that team offensively. They didn't even try to pass, and you guys were all over the place through the air. That was quite a game. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Yeah. We've done it a couple times. Other schools I've coached at, we've had that disparity in styles of play. They played to their strengths, and we did the same. So throwing the ball was in our favor, so we did it.
Randolph's been racking up the yards passing, getting a lot more confidence in that arm. How do you think his future holds for the remaining games this season in regards to the passing game?
Similar to every style of or layer of the game, we want him to improve. So when his number's called, put the ball in the right spot, calm, cool, collected, hitting our guys in the hands. Every week he's improved on doing that, and we don't see any reason he could stop now.
Came up short against Bureau Valley. Couple of stops or a couple of fumbles or turnovers go our way. That game would have been a lot different. How did the boys feel after that one?
We had our best effort yet. Being back and forth and having every possession count, it's a learning experience. So we got to experience it and see how much growth we can produce from that experience.
Now this afternoon, taking on the Riverdale Rams. They're 0-5. We are 0-5. They're going to be hungry. We are hungry. How do you think your Trojans match up against the Rams today?
They get to come to our place, so they get to drive, and we don't. So that's not all bad. As far as styles of play, they bunch everybody in there on offense, and they don't want to give up the big play on defense for a style of play. We want to play our best game as usual, so whether that's running the ball or throwing the ball or both opportunities should present themselves.
We haven't had a chance to talk much about the freshman and sophomore squads. How are those boys working out this year?
Well, with the layout of our program, having smaller junior and senior numbers, numerous sophomores have had to play varsity ball. The JV game against Bureau Valley, we played a handful of sophomores that haven't historically played down. They got to play in that game as well, so our boys had a great night hosting, so we beat them 44-24. That would be their first win at the JV level this year. Their academics have been great. Their demeanor's been great. A bunch of young kids learning to play the game.
Let's talk about being able to play. How are we doing eligibility and injury-wise?
Injury front, we're pretty good. We'll get to digest academics this week. We've been excellent on that front, but having a smaller roster, 1 or 2 guys could hurt a lot.
Coach, one last thing here in regards to Riverdale. They are also at the bottom of the conference where Mendota is this year. How do you feel about the competition in this conference in regards to football? Do you think that there's room for more teams to join the conference and play, or would you guys be happier if there were half as many teams? What's just general thoughts on that?
Oh, that's an after the season question. I want to have a good practice and our best effort every week. I've enjoyed being in this conference as far as every team's got their tops and their bottoms, and teams graduate and high school football you cycle through. I've enjoyed this conference. The power players that be, that's above my pay grade. So I've enjoyed the Three Rivers, and I think our kids have as well.
All right, Coach, go get them tonight.
Thanks. Go Trojans.
So a special afternoon game. We are here today because, well, a lack of officials.
Yep. The crews that cover the northern Illinois area, they didn't have enough, so they bumped this game to Saturday. I don't know. I feel like if you're a young adult, you played football, you like football, and want to get into officiating, I think there's going to be opportunities, and there must be opportunities. So, it's concerning, the involvement in programs and everything. So, I think that we all need to look at it and start being more involved.
Well, and about this game tonight, of course, being Saturday afternoon, we're one of the few football games going on in the area, so we're nationwide. On your smart speaker or smart device, you can ask it to play WGLC. People will be listening from all over the country, and you can too. Or on your radio at 100.1 FM, WGLC. Now, Riverdale is a struggling program. There's no way to say that any other way. They didn't actually play football last year because of lack of numbers. So they are going to have a tough season and next year as well, but football is cyclical, and I'm sure they're going to bounce back.
Yeah. You just got to get the kids out and keep developing your program. It's some of the same situation we're in. A lot of schools have more juniors and seniors than us. But you just have to keep building, and that starts in the little leagues. That starts at the YMCA and flag football. Get your kids out. If they like football, keep them in it.
So we'll have today's game for you. The Trojans looking for their first win, Riverdale as well. Beautiful sunny day here in Mendota. We look forward to seeing you kick off around 3 p.m. on Classic Country 100.1 WGLC. It is really a nice day out. It is nice. It's great. No, they are ground level.